The number of infected persons and the number of deaths from the coronavirus continue to grow as the impact of this new disease on production and international trade begins to bite. For its part, St. Lucia is working to keep the virus at bay, a difficult task given the island's heavy reliance on tourism and international trade. St. Lucia's Chief Medical Officer, Dr. Sharon Belmer-George, Friday's guest on Straight Up with Claudius Francis, says rigorous systems are in place to safeguard against the coronavirus being brought in by cruise ship passengers and crew.
They submit the Maritime Declaration of Health, and this gives a summary of the health conditions on the ship. Our teams, we routinely review this Maritime Declaration of Health, and then we make a decision as to whether we grant permission or what is called pratique to that vessel. And that is something we do on a daily basis, because as you could imagine, we get cruise vessels into the island 3, 4, 5 sometimes a day. And usually it's not of concern. You expect to get a certain number of persons ill based on the number of persons on the cruise ship.
Right.
You expect, sometimes you have 20 persons, sometimes it's gastro, sometimes it's respiratory. But whenever we see anything unusual, we would either investigate or make a decision as to whether or not we allow the ship to come into port and allow the passengers.
The Republic of China on Taiwan has stopped all cruise ships from visiting the island. This as 2 stricken vessels, one in Japan and the other in Hong Kong, have been quarantined as they deal with infected passengers and crew on board. St. Lucia has over the past 2 weeks denied entry to 2 ships, 1 cruise, 1 cargo. Both vessels were allowed to berth in other Caribbean territories, exposing a flaw in the Caribbean's common defense against the disease.
The risk that one country may take may also put the rest of the region at risk. And we've been having some serious discussions on how we proceed in those matters.
The Health and Wellness Department pledges to continue to be very vigilant in its efforts to safeguard residents from the deadly coronavirus. This new virus is setting back the clock on both international trade and tourism, 2 areas upon which St. Lucia's very open economy is heavily reliant. Stanley Lucian for the HTS News Force.